Hello, everybody. Welcome back. And today we are doing another podcast. It is, we are going to do some literally twice a week, and we have some more great questions here. And let's get started with our first question. Do the Mets bounce back next year? And the timer has been started. All right.
All right.
I think it fully depends on what they do this offseason because their hitting is awful. And they have to fix their hitting. And their rotation, however, I don't think is that good either. If you're losing Stroman, your two best arms are DeGrom and Syndergaard, which both have a ton of injury issues and can't be reliable. So I don't think it's a good team right now. I think it could be good depending on this offseason. But right now it's not a good team.
I think a lot of it also can come down to coaching. Like, the coaching staff has to come through and, really help their hitters, honestly, the hitting coach.
Yeah,
I think it's possible that they could, if they make some moves, they could maybe grab a wild card spot. But I think it would take a miracle for them to win the division.
Yeah, especially with the Braves coming off of a World Series win without, we'll get to the Braves later, but, the Braves are going to be, impossible to beat.
Yeah. Unless Freeman goes, which probably won't happen.
Yeah, no. The Braves have so much talent, and they just won a World Series without their arguably, their two best players and Azuna.
Wait, who's there?
Soroka and Acuna.
Oh. Yeah.
But we'll get to the Braves later. We have a whole other topic on the Braves.
I think I agree with you that the Mets are going to bounce back if they do good during the off season.
Yeah, I don't think they will. I personally think that and the thing is, if the Padres, again we'll get to the Padres. We have another section of the Padres, but they could be good next year. And the Giants and Dodgers aren't. Well, they're gonna lose a lot. They're not gonna go anywhere. They're still going to be competing for that wild card. And the Cardinals, the Brewers, all these teams are going to be competing. And it's going to be hard for them to sneak in the wild card. Time's running short.
It's going to be very interesting next year.
Also losing Baez, Stroman, and Conforto.
Yeah. Wait, Conforto's gone? Oh, yeah, he is.
Yeah, Conforto's leaving.
And time is up. All right. Next, we've got, how does Wander Franco do this next season?
I'll start it off. So I think Wander Franco is actually going to be, I think he'll be very consistent throughout his career. If you look at his stats last year, he batted .288, which is a very consistent batting average. It's not a pop-off year, but it's a very good year. So I think
you had a great year.
Yeah, and I think that's very easy to hold on to, and I think he'll definitely be able to do well in the future as well. I think he'll keep going, do better things.
He has pretty much everything that a hitter needs.
Yeah,
he's
got that
weight
raw
discipline.
power.
He has contact ability, and he even has some power sometimes.
He's got such an ability to get on base, and I don't think he's going to put up the numbers he put up this year. I mean, he got on base for 40-something days straight, and that is something very few have ever done. And I don't think he's going to do it again, but I think when you look at Guerrero, Tatis, Soto, they are in this era. And I think that the next era is going to be stemming with Wander Franco. I think Wander Franco
they're basically in the same era.
I think Wander Franco.
I think Wander Franco's in the next era. I think Wander Franco, and we'll see who are the other guys joining him, maybe Rutschman, Torkelson. I don't know. But Wander Franco is in that era.
Yeah.
I think his numbers are going to be better than last year. Because he started off in such a slump, that brought his numbers so far down.
Yeah, but
obviously he had an amazing last part of the season. But
I think he could hit over 300, but
I think he
could. I don't think
he's gonna look for his name at the top of the
and on base percentage. I don't know if he's going to be up there with Soto, but he's going to be
times are now.
Yeah, I think it shows that these incoming rookies are going to be really good.
Yeah, and I think he's part of the next era. Time's up. All right. Now, this one is something very interesting. I don't think people agree with my opinion on this, so I'll start it off. Does DeGrom bounce back from an injury? I say no. he has got that like arm. Every injury he had this year stemmed from arm, and you can't just bounce back from several arm injuries. That's not how it works. He could come back as a good pitcher, but it's going to take a lot of time. And the Mets I don't know what they should do, because the Mets need him to be competitive, but they can't rush him back. If they rush him back, his career could be over. He's also in his mid-30s. He's not young. He does, I could see him, he doesn't have much of a career left, especially when he's dealing with major injuries.
Here's the thing, though. Last season, what was his ERA when he went out? It was under 1. It was
he's still a good pitcher.
It was 150. It was absurd, right?
Well,
so
yeah,
even if it's a bad season for that standard, that's good.
No,
that's
no. You cannot judge that on 15 games, though. You cannot do that. If you are only healthy for 15 games, then you are not good enough to be playing at that elite level. You cannot. I would so much rather have a pitcher put up a 4 ERA the whole year than play 15 games.
I think he's going to come back.
He's coming. I think he's coming back.
He's one of the most unhittable pitchers in baseball. I don't think the league can catch up to him. I think it's just that.
His arm is too good to not bounce back.
He had 4 arm injuries. His arm was not ever fully there. And what if he needs, shoulder surgery?
If it was not ever
if you're
fully
saying
there,
that his arm was never there, that means that he's still
what's his ERA
good.
going to be then?
Well, no, it's never going to get there. His arm is he's worked it too hard. He overworked it, and it's just not going to get to the state. He's not going to be able to bounce back.
I think we can agree, maybe not next season, but the season after that, if the Mets don't rush him back, he could definitely be good again.
I don't think so.
But
I think his career is running short, and it's not going to be as
He
good.
also could kind of reinvent himself. Yeah.
Oh, wait, I actually want to include one last. I think they could potentially make him their closer.
That is a good point, actually. I could see that.
I
don't know
could
about
see that, but I don't think
whatever. Will Bauer return next season or at all? Start it off, someone.
I don't know. It's kind of like DeGrom as well, just not with injuries. It's kind of like his career is running short.
People. It's like his arm. Oh, my assaulting.
You know what I mean?
I think he's definitely not going to be as good because, he's going to have a few years off, and the foreign substance thing, that's going to be huge for him. He was...
Yeah, but he was still good after it in his couple of years.
He wasn't great, though. He was not top tier.
He was pretty good.
Wait, was he still playing when
he played 2 or 3 games?
No, he played I personally think
15 games is enough to judge someone, then we cannot judge him with the foreign substance thing yet.
I think he actually will play next year. I don't think his suspension's going to be all that bad. And some team that's really competitive is going to sign him. Some team like the Mets, who needs an arm to be competitive.
The Mets, I don't think they would sign him. That would be stupid.
I mean, even if the Dodgers waive him or something, he's not gonna he will be somewhere. Some team will take him, and I don't think his suspension's gonna go through all of next season, and I think some team's gonna take him next year. Yasiel Puig, I get adds problems and he's not gonna play, but maybe ever again. But I think he's different because he's so much better. He's so good.
Yeah,
I think that Bauer might play again. Depends on how bad the lawsuit is, and the suspension. I don't think he's going to play next year, but in the coming years, I believe that he might play.
I think he will play next year.
He might, but I don't think at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, definitely.
No, not at the beginning. It'll take maybe half the season, maybe a little less, but at some point he's going to get something.
I think more.
And also...
Time's up.
Oh, dang.
And next up is Frank Schwindel for real.
Can I start this one?
Yeah.
Frank the Tank.
So he obviously had amazing numbers on the surface, his batting average, his OPS, stuff like that. I looked earlier though at a few stats from StatCast, exit velocity and stuff like that, and they were surprisingly bad. The closest player I could compare him to was Eduardo Escobar.
If he could do that for his career.
Okay, but weird. Listen, so Eduardo Escobar hit above league average with a 109 OPS plus, but in his career, he's like an about average hitter. And also, like, his 109 OPS, that's nothing special. He did put up 28 homers. But, like, his batting average wasn't good.
Yeah,
His
but if he
OPS was below 800.
Think about this. They got, whatever happens, it's going to be for Andrew Chafin. Eduardo Escobar for Andrew Chafin would be, in a heartbeat, a deal. And but Escobar's better, and Chaffin's playing, isn't he like a free agent? Like, Chaffin's good, but Escobar's good too. And not to mention, Frank Schwindel is on a Cubs team that has one of the worst hitting, like, not good hitting. And he's going to be able, like, I don't think he's going to put up those elite numbers, but I think he can still stay in their lineup because it's such a weak lineup.
Yeah. I just want to point out, though, that his average exit velocity was 86.9.
What's an average?
Tommy Edmonds' average exit velocity is 87.6. And you don't love Tommy Edmonds hitting.
Yeah, so, that time's running low. But yeah, if he's going to be like Tommy Edmonds, that's a good bench player, but that's about it. And
yeah.
I think he'll be fine. Time's up. The next question is, what is the next step for Mike Schilt? Aiden, Nicole, why don't you take this?
I don't really know what the next step for Mike Schultz is. I know that I think he wants to be a manager because he tried out for that Padres spot, but
he didn't try out, but he was.
Didn't he interview for it?
Yeah.
I don't think that he's going to like stay with like a really good team, and I mean I think that he's going to stay in the MLB and like try to be like a coach or a manager, but I think it's going to be with a.
I think the Mets still have a managerial spot open.
Yeah, but right? I think that's going to go to Beltran.
Oh, that's true.
He could take that,
but I think he's going to take a coaching role.
I don't think he's going to get a role this year. I think the Cardinals were stupidous to fire him. But
yeah.
I don't think he's going to take a role this year, but I think next year he's going to get a new role next year. And I don't know where, but if he wins the
he's too good not to get a role.
If he wins the manager of the year, which he's not going to because he's up against the Braves and the Giants managers, who are probably the two best managers in baseball. And
I think Kevin Cash might be better.
Where is he again?
Braves.
Yeah. Kevin Cash is really good too, but I mean he's up against such good talent, but still, the Cardinals. I don't know why they fired him. I'm mad because I am a Cardinals. As Cardinals fans, like we can all say, like that was angering.
Yes, it was.
And we'll see how Marmol does, but I don't know. And
the show firing was one of the few times when like fans were really mad at the team, and I think Schilt is good enough to come back to the MLB.
And time is up. And I want to start this one off because I have a very different opinion than I think everyone's is. But are the Padres the top NL West team for next year? I actually think yes. I think that they're going to win the NL West.
No way.
Yes. No. Listen here. Listen. The Padres were supposed to be huge this year. Maybe the best. Up with the Dodgers. Clevinger and Lamet weren't there. And then you got they have a really good farm system. And they have good, their major league team is good. It just didn't really pan out. Tatis had injuries. Clevinger was out the whole year. Lamet was hurt. And I think, how are the Giants and Dodgers going to bounce back? The Giants are losing Posey, Gosman, DeSclafani.
But the Dodgers are the best team in baseball.
The Dodgers are losing Scherzer, Kershaw,
the Dodgers probably are signing
they could re-sign them, though.
Maybe sign Kershaw. And you have to remember that, they're losing, Corey Seager, but they also got Trey Turner this year. They also got Max Scherzer this year.
Yeah,
Max
but he's
Scherzer
going.
Basically,
he might be gone.
If the Padres play like they played at the end of the year, they are not going to be a top NL.
The Padres were awful this year.
terrible.
Well, the Padres had a lot of holes that I think if they can fix this offseason,
They really didn't, though, because at the beginning of the season, they were playing great baseball. Like, they were not.
Yeah, that's because Lamet was healthy. Tatis was healthy.
Yeah, that's because everyone was healthy.
Everyone was healthy, and injuries just destroyed this team. You cannot, say that, a team that, like this, when fully healthy, which should be with Clevinger back.
But think about how it started off at the season. They were good, but they still couldn't
because
get the
of
top
injury.
in the NL West.
And everyone is coming back healthy, though, is the thing. Everyone is healthy, and the Dodgers and Giants are getting significantly worse.
I think it all depends.
I see them
on
getting
what they do
second
this
behind the
offseason.
Dodgers.
I don't. I see
all
them
about the-
I think the
winning.
Giants are
I see
also
them
going to
getting
make
the wild
No.
card. I see
All right,
them
time's up.
getting
Time's
the
up.
NL
Time's up.
West, But they are not.
Time is up.
They're not winning.
They're not.
All right. The next category is Soler, Duvall, and the rest of the
Wait,
Braves
I
championship
think you
team.
skipped. Wait, I think you skipped the Giants one.
No, there was
Oh wait, no, that's before. Never mind.
Yeah. Soler, Duvall, and the Giants, and the rest of the Braves championship team. Cole, you start.
So, what do we think?
By the way, if you want more info, watch my video on it.
That's the point. It's a really nice video. So, I don't know. This team is, not a... I mean, they have a lot of young talent, but they also have half of the team that's not young.
No.
Yeah,
It's
sure
got
they do.
so much
think about it.
talent. This team is
They
so
have a
much
lot of talent, and they have a decent farm system. I wouldn't say it's one of the best, but it's a decent farm system.
They also have guys coming back like Acuna.
That's true. So I definitely see them, and I feel like the NL West is not that good of a division.
I feel this team is easily going to win that division.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I could honestly see them going back to back. I don't think they will.
Yeah, the
but
thing
I
is,
could
they
definitely
just
see
won a
them.
They're
World
definitely
Series
making
without
the
so
playoffs.
much talent. That was hurt, and they have Albies, Acuna, Freeman, and then if Soler and Duvall can stay good, then on the pitching rotation, that is if they can pick up one more good arm. Right now, they've got Fried, who was awesome, Anderson, who was very good, and Morton, who finished the year very well. And lastly, you got Mike Soroka. Those four are great. If you can pick up an arm to finish that 5, that could be the best rotation in baseball, on top of their above-average offense. And
I definitely see them. The NL West is just not
East.
a good division.
I can't see any team taking them down. The Marlins, if they do,
it's East.
the Marlins are gonna try to get better. They have a good rotation coming up. They just don't have enough hitting. Other than Jazz, they have no hitting coming up, and they can't do much this year. Phillies, I don't think are all that good. The Nationals are doing nothing. The Nationals are doing absolutely nothing, and I just don't see any team really challenging this team for the division, and they could go all the way.
Yeah.
Time's up. All right. How will the Giants recover from losing DeSclafani, Wood, Gosman, and Posey? Zach, you start.
Okay, I have a weird stance on this, but they will not. They will not. They will not do well. Yeah. I feel like, especially these players.
I fully agree.
All of these players are not only are they really good players helping the team, but they're kind of mentors to the younger talent. You know,
Also, think about this. Think about it this way. Do you remember the Cardinals this year? Similarly to this team, they lost. They were without Flaherty, Hudson, and King. That's kind of what they're losing. So if you look at this Cardinals team, that was a good team, and you take out that, plus you take out Posey. That basically how the Cardinals are playing mid-season when they had all their injuries is how this team you can kind of expect the whole season, and they're without Posey. I see them.
I want to see Joey Bartas.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. That'll be interesting.
I feel 2 years, 3 years into the future, maybe 10 years into the future, they're gonna do well. Though they have a huge fan base, they're making a lot of money.
I see this team. If they do well if they can score this offseason, then they could be at the top of the division again. However, at the moment, if they were to do nothing this offseason, it's a 500 team.
Yeah. It's
If
all
that,
about
if
whether
that,
or not.
honestly.
It's all about the off season.
Yeah,
And you also want to know, will they have the same magic they had this year? Like, everybody was expecting them to just drop off the whole year, but they just didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they stayed on top.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. If that magic fades, then, like, let's say Crawford comes back to Earth. You're losing Posey, who is a big part of that. Like, that magic could be gone.
Yeah.
And I don't see them as a great team.
I mean, there's definitely a world,
Especially
where
in a competitive NL West.
Like,
Time's running short.
I think that they could still re-sign some of these players that are leaving, like Gosman or.
Time's up.
I don't think they will.
And that'll keep
Time's
them
up.
good.
All right, and now our last subject. Let's look at where does Max Scherzer end up?
There's a number of places, honestly. It's really hard to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell, and I'd love to see the Cardinals get him. And he said he's willing to see some offers from them, and they have a shot. That's the type of guy the Cardinals would like.
Yeah.
But I see him
don't
going
think the
back to the
Cardinals are going
Dodgers.
to go for Max.
I think Max Scherzer is going to want to be on a winning team, and that
Yeah.
the best team for that will be the Dodgers.
I think
the Cardinals.
the Dodgers aren't going to be the best team next year.
I think they will.
No, the Dodgers have a good team.
They're
this year.
losing Corey Seager and a few of their guys.
They're losing Seager, potentially, like Scherzer, possibly. I mean, and
Kershaw.
yeah, maybe Kershaw. Like, you're also without Dustin May. I mean, if you look at like their crazy rotation, like if you look Scherzer, Kershaw, Buehler, May, Gonsolin, that's really good. But when you take Urias. When you take out Scherzer, you take out Kershaw, you take out May because he's hurt. You get Urias and Buehler, and then you have Gonsolin, who's fine. But then you get like Ukeka and David Price in there, and that's just not a good rotation. If David Price is starting, if David Price is starting every 5 days, then that's not a competitive team.
Yeah.
No chance.
Yeah,
because David Price isn't in top. Like, he can't pitch as many innings as he could.
No.
Yeah.
He's not as good of a player.
I think they'll still be the best team in baseball because they're still going to make moves.
No.
They're still going to.
They'll be a top 5 team, and we'll be fighting with the Padres. I think they're going to lose, but we'll be fighting for the division.
I know.
No, the Dodgers are
definitely
going to come out on top of the Padres.
Yeah, they're winning the division.
No.
I don't know if the Dodgers are
going to
necessarily winning the division.
Padres are going to win
the Dodgers
division.
are going to be competing next year, definitely.
And the time is up. That was our last question on the podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching. And the Padres, we got some interesting takes. I think the Padres are going to win.
You only.
No, they're not. They're not winning.
We have one interesting take.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but comment down below if you agree with me. I'll see. I don't think anyone's gonna agree with
Next
me, but
video.
I think they're gonna win. And look for another podcast video this Friday. Like and subscribe.